CLC is a two-year technical and community college which offers a variety of educational degrees to help you meet your own unique goals. Central Lakes College provides both technical and liberal arts programs and courses. Technical programs prepare students by providing them with specific skills to enter a career after college. Liberal arts are general education courses such as mathematics, social sciences, or composition, which provide a foundation for further education. We offer certificates, diplomas, Associate in Applied Science, Associate in Science, and Associate in Arts degrees. Certificates are groupings of courses meant to enhance a student's program or field of study and can generally be obtained by completing less than 20 credits. Diplomas are technical program degrees which require the student to complete only the related technical program courses to graduate. Diploma programs can be completed in 1 to 2 years. Associate in Applied Science courses, or AAS, are similar to diploma programs, but in addition to requiring the students to complete the technical program course requirements, students pursuing an AAS degree must also complete general education courses. Associate in Science degree programs, or AS, are also technical degrees which have an agreement with a 4-year university to accept all of the credits in that program upon transfer. Finally, an Associate in Arts degree, or AA, is a liberal arts degree designed to transfer to a 4-year university in fulfillment of all of your general education courses required at that university. So to summarize, an AAS or an AS or diploma are programs to prepare you for work immediately following graduation. The AA degree does not have a job focus. Rather, its purpose is to prepare a student for more education. For each degree path, whether an AAS, diploma, or AA degree, you will want to make sure you have a copy of the program planning form. This form will list the requirements for your chosen degree. Program planning forms for technical programs list all of the courses required to graduate with that degree. Most technical programs have a set semester by semester flow to the courses. This sequence is important to follow. Whichever your path, it is important to keep this planner and use it as you select your courses each semester. This will help to keep you on track towards graduation. Remember, you don't have to figure this out on your own. Counselors are here to help you plan the most efficient path to complete your degree. Come into the Career and Transfer Planning Center each semester for assistance.
Hi, my name's Jackie and I'm the campus health nurse here at Central Lakes College. What I'm going to be discussing with you today is your drug training information. The purpose of this training session is to ensure that you're familiar with the drug and alcohol policy for the Heavy Equipment Operations and Maintenance Program and the Diesel Heavy Equipment Technician Program for Central Lakes College. The training session is going to be divided into 2 segments. The first segment will be discussing the written policy. You will still be responsible for reading the entire written policy. The second segment will cover the forms that you will need to complete. The purpose of the drug and alcohol policy is to ensure the safety of highway travel by our students and maintain compliance with the Federal Highway Administration rules regarding drug and alcohol testing, which comply with the Anti-Drug Abuse Act of 1988. A user of drugs and/or alcohol, no matter the amount, is a potential safety hazard while driving or working under the influence. The goal of this policy is to ensure a drug and alcohol-free environment for any heavy equipment area and promote safety by reducing and preventing accidents, injuries, and fatalities. Students must make their own lifestyle choices, but Central Lakes College will not accept the risks or performance problems which an individual's drug and/or alcohol abuse can create. The college has neither the intent or desire to intrude into the personal lives of a student. However, it is recognized that off-campus as well as on-campus involvement with drugs and/or alcohol can have an impact on the training program and our ability to achieve the goal of maintaining a drug and alcohol-free college environment and maintain public safety. The policy of Central Lakes College is that its students be free of substance abuse and alcohol abuse. Consequently, the illegal use of drugs and alcohol is prohibited. Unless otherwise specified in this document, the drug and alcohol policy shall apply to all students in the Heavy Equipment Operations and Maintenance Program, Diesel and Heavy Equipment Technician programs, or CLC students not in these programs but taking credit-based heavy equipment specific courses. The drug and alcohol policy will be administered by the Dean of Students of the Central Lakes College campus, Staples. The following are considered prohibited conduct for the purposes of this policy. No student shall report for duty or remain on duty while having an alcohol concentration of 0.02 or greater. No student shall possess or use alcohol or drugs while on duty. No student shall report on duty within 4 hours of consuming alcohol. No student required to take a post-accident alcohol test shall consume alcohol for 8 hours following the accident or until he or she undergoes a post-accident test, whichever comes first. No student shall refuse to submit to a post-accident, random, reasonable suspicion, follow-up, or return to duty test or alcohol test. Refusal is considered a positive test. No student shall report for duty or remain on duty when the student uses any controlled substance except with a signed note from the prescribing physician stating that the student is safe to operate machinery while taking that substance. The possession, use, transfer, and/or sale of drugs is prohibited. Any student who engages in prohibited conduct as previously described will be terminated from training and will not be considered for enrollment for a period of 1 year, regardless of where the student might be within their training program. For example, if you're scheduled to graduate in May and have a positive random test the first week of May, you will be terminated and not complete your program. Students should only take those medications that have been prescribed by their own physician. There must be a medication sign-off form completed by the prescribing healthcare provider stating whether the student can operate machinery while taking the medication, and it must be specific for the student taking the medication. You cannot take your roommate's leftover pain med for your toothache. If you get pulled for a random test and it comes up positive, you will be considered in violation of the drug policy. If it's not your medication, don't take it. Testing for drugs will be by urinalysis. The test will be for the following controlled substances: marijuana, cocaine, opiates, amphetamines, which includes methamphetamine, and PCP. These tests will be conducted according to DOT standards. Tests will be completed with chain of custody documentation using a split specimen collection. If the certified test is positive, a confirmation test of that vial is completed before results are reported. Final results, both negative and positive, are reported to the designated medical review officer. The MRO will report these results to the college. If a result is positive, the MRO or the college designee will contact the student. Please note the section in the policy which defines the student's responsibility for contacting the MRO in the event of a positive result. Alcohol testing will be done using a breathalyzer or any other device approved by DOT. The breathalyzer will be operated by a trained technician. If the results of the test show an alcohol content of 0.02 to 0.0399, the student shall be removed from duty for 24 hours or until the next scheduled time on duty, whichever is longer. They may be subject to disciplinary action and referred to a substance abuse professional. If the result of the test is 0.04 or greater, the student will be terminated from training. Following DOT regulations, this college has implemented 6 circumstances for drug and alcohol testing: pre-admission testing, post-accident testing, random testing, reasonable suspicion testing, return to duty testing, and follow-up testing. The most common tests we do at the college are the pre-admission testing and random testing. Please read the policy regarding each specific type of test. It is important that you understand that your test results are yours. It doesn't matter how the substance got there. If you test positive for marijuana, it is your positive test. It doesn't matter that it was your roommates who were smoking. It is suggested that you choose your friends and environments carefully. You should also remember that different body types process substance differently. Don't count on a chart to tell you that you should be clean. Instructors who are responsible for determining reasonable suspicion will have training in both alcohol misuse and controlled substance use as specified by the federal standard. In your packet, you have 5 forms relating to drug testing. Your first form is the Central Lakes College Policy on Drugs and Alcohol for the Heavy Equipment and Diesel programs. Several points have been highlighted in this presentation, but you are still responsible for carefully reading this policy. The second form is your Drug and Alcohol Policy Sign-Off Form. You need to sign this form once you have completed reading the policy and answering the questions. By signing this form, you are indicating that you have read and understood the policy. It also indicates that you understand the consequences for violation of this policy. This form needs to be turned in when you go for drug testing. Your third form is the Drug and Alcohol Quiz. This form must be completed before you go for drug testing. You will turn it in at the testing site. The fourth form is your urine drug test collection instructions. You need to read this form completely and sign it at the bottom. It explains the actual drug testing process at the test site. It explains your responsibilities and your rights when being tested. You will need to bring this form with you to the test site. The fifth and final form is a form that you will keep with you. It's the medication sign-off form. You should have some at home and some with you at school. If a healthcare provider, such as a doctor or dentist, prescribe any medication for you, they must complete this form. It states whether or not the medication will affect your ability to work with machinery. If you are currently on a medication, you should have this form completed by the prescribing provider as soon as possible. Some medications can affect your drug test. If you are selected for a random test and have a positive result from a prescribed medication, but we do not have a medication sign-off form, you will not be allowed to attend class or labs until that medication can be verified. Once you have completed your testing at the drug site, please have the person who did your drug test initial the registration checklist. You will also have a copy of the chain of custody form from your drug test. This needs to be kept with your admission paperwork. It is your proof that the testing was completed. This concludes the presentation portion of your drug testing information. You will need to complete the question sheet in your packet and sign the appropriate forms. When you have completed them, you are ready for your drug test. You will need to bring a valid driver's license and your Social Security number with you to the test site. Please contact your admissions consultant about where the testing is being done. Remember, the choices that you make about drug and alcohol use will affect you, your family, and the people around you.
Hi, I'm Nick Heiser from the Records and Registration Department. I'd like to take the next few minutes to provide you with information that our department believes would be important to you as a student or a family member of a student. First, I'd like to introduce you to our registration page on the CLC website. This website provides a wealth of information about e-services, college policies, records and registration forms, and the academic grading system, and you select transfer guides. 3 of the most common questions we receive are about grades, course registration, and transfer. At Central Lakes College, students use e-services to register for courses. After initially registering, students may change their schedule by adding or dropping courses in e-services through the 5th day of fall and spring semesters. We call this the add-drop period. If a student would like to get out of the course they're attending after the end of this add-drop period, they must complete a withdraw form. Withdrawing from a course will record a W grade on their transcript while still being responsible for 100% of the tuition and fees. Sometimes, CLC requires you to take another course to build up your skill base before you are allowed to register for another, more advanced course. This requirement is called a prerequisite requirement. For example, let's say I wanted to register for this Calculus 2 course. I click on the course and see it lists Math 1477 as a prerequisite for this course. This means that I would need to have completed this course before I can register for Calculus 2. Depending on my Math AccuPlacer score, I may need to take other courses before I could take this calculus course as well. Finally, transfer. Before you begin to register for the courses for your desired degree program, you should determine if you have completed any other type of college credit that could be transferred into Central Lakes College to fulfill some of your degree requirements. This could save you both time and money in the long run. Central Lakes College accepts college credit from regionally accredited public and private colleges. We also accept credit for advanced placement high school classes, college in the school courses, military education, and other prior learning experiences. In addition, if you wish to attend another college or university, the credits that you earn at CLC are also available for transfer out to your desired college or university. If you do have prior learning or college courses taken previously at other colleges or universities which you wish to have evaluated for transfer credit, please request official transcripts from your previous college or university to be sent to our Records and Registration Department. If you have military credit experience, please submit your military transcripts for evaluation as well. If you are a veteran, after you register, please complete an application for Veterans Administration benefits, also called VA benefits. Veterans can apply for these benefits online and afterwards provide a copy of the application to the CLC certifying official. The forms may also be obtained from the CLC Records and Registration Department. If you're receiving VA benefits, remember to follow your program plan, as the Veterans Administration only pays for courses which follow the courses needed for your major. I knew I just threw a lot of information your way, and you may have a hard time remembering it all. That's okay. The most important thing to remember is this statement: when I am in doubt, I will ask. We are eager to help you get the most out of your CLC experience and work hard to ensure your academic experience is a smooth one. If you have further questions, feel free to contact or stop by our Records and Registration Department.
Hello, I'm Sue Bernard from the CLC Financial Aid Department. I meet with students on a daily basis and can say from experience that one of the most significant barriers a student has when determining if they can go to college and stay in college is making sure that they can afford it. This is where the Financial Aid Department can help. The Financial Aid Office at CLC has developed a comprehensive financial aid program based on federal, state, and institutional and private resources to help reduce the cost of education. CLC annually awards financial assistance to about 75% of its student body. Therefore, no prospective student should hesitate to apply for admission because of financial circumstance. The CLC financial aid staff encourages all students to apply for financial aid and apply as early as possible. Financial aid consists of grants, scholarships, loans, and work study. Grants and scholarships are funding sources that usually do not have to be repaid. Loans must be repaid. And the work study program allows you to earn money through a job, both on or off campus, and receive a paycheck. The starting point for most types of financial aid is the FAFSA, or Free Application for Federal Student Aid. The student files the FAFSA online using your and/or your parents' federal tax returns. CLC considers any FAFSA application received by July 1 as an early application for fall semester. Any financial aid application received after July 1 for fall semester enrollees or December 1 for spring semester enrollees is in jeopardy of not receiving your financial aid on time, and potentially you could have your courses dropped for non-payment. With that as the basis, the single one element students can do to ensure a successful financial aid file completion is to file your FAFSA as soon as possible. Processing a student's FAFSA paperwork can usually take 4 to 8 weeks from start to finish, so apply early. Once the FAFSA is completed online, you can view your FAFSA activity on the CLC eServices website. It is critical to respond to any request for additional information we send to you. Delays in returning needed information to us will only add time to this process. We have offices on both campuses to serve you.
Hi, I'm Eric Hepner, the Director of Student Life. An important part of attending college is to make sure you are ready to pay for it. The Central Lakes College Business Office wants to work with you to ensure that paying for your education is an easy and painless process. The first thing I want to make sure you know is that the Central Lakes College does not mail tuition statements. You can check your balance online. To check your balance due online, go to the CLC website, Student e-Services. At the top of the screen, log in using your Student Tech ID and PIN. Student e-Services provides students access to their accounts, balances, grades, transcripts, financial aid award letter, and allows them to register and make payments on their account. Your next concern is ensuring that your college financing is in place. You have 3 payment options: cash, payment plans, and financial aid. Your first option is cash, payment in full. Your second option is to set up a payment plan through Nelnet or the CLC payment plan. Finally, your third option is to use financial aid. Students may defer payments based on one or more of the following: financial aid, third-party funding such as SEP or DRS benefits, and veterans benefits. Now, all of that being said, you're probably wondering what happens if you have difficulty in getting all of your financing in place. Students who do not have their accounts paid in full by the tuition due date 5 days prior to the start of each semester, or have not made payment arrangements, will have their course registrations canceled for non-payment. A student can prevent course registrations from being canceled for non-payment by signing a Nelnet payment plan, filing for financial aid, submitting a written third-party funding authorization to the college, or making a down payment of $350 or 15% of the balance owed. Ensuring you can pay for college should be one of the most important issues you will want to address. Before you finish registering for courses, make sure you have a financial aid plan in place. That will allow you to be successful. Feel free to stop by the business office if you have questions about your bill or would like to discuss payment plans. We are here to help you.
Hello, I'm Mike Barnaby, Director of Financial Aid here at Central Lakes College. I would like to take a moment to explain CLC's Satisfactory Academic Progress Policy. Our college takes academics seriously and wants to make sure you are making sufficient progress toward obtaining your degree. The Satisfactory Academic Progress Policy basically says that you must maintain a cumulative grade point average, or GPA, of 2.0 and complete at least 2/3, which equals 67% of your registered credits. If these standards are not met, you will initially be placed on a warning status. If your cumulative GPA and/or completion rate remain below these minimum standards for 2 consecutive terms, you will be suspended from the college. Here are a couple of examples. This student is registered for 4 3-credit classes, and it is their first term here at CLC. They were struggling in 2 of their classes and chose to withdraw. Their cumulative completion rate is 50%, which is below the 67% completion requirement. Thus, they will be placed on warning at the end of the term. In their next term here, they must get their cumulative completion rate above 67%, or they will be suspended at the end of that term. The next semester, if the same student registered for another 12 credits, they would need to complete all 12 of their attempted credits to get their cumulative completion rate above 67%. If they do complete all 12 of their attempted credits, their cumulative completion rate after 2 semesters would be 75%. As another example, this student is also registered for 4 3-credit classes. They received a B, a C, and 2 Ds in their classes their first term here. Their cumulative grade point average is 1.75, which is below the 2.0 standard. They will be placed on warning at the end of their term. If their next term does not pull their cumulative GPA above 2.0, they will be suspended from the college. In this example, the student would need a GPA of 2.25 for the term to ensure their cumulative GPA is above 2.0. It is critical to register for classes you know you can both complete and be successful in. You have the first 5 days of the term to drop or add classes. This is an important time to work with your counseling staff if you are even a bit hesitant about your class load and success. The complete Satisfactory Academic Progress Policy can be viewed online or in the CLC Student Handbook.